What were you the god of again?
Welcome back, Dice Rollers and Role Players. Ryan with God of Crits, and we are here once again to talk about Kingdom's Reign. And if you haven't seen our other videos on it, go ahead and watch the other videos that I've broken down most of the stuff. Now we start our deep dives. We're going to start with exploration. So let's get into it. Sweet. My notes here might be hard to see, but I'm going to go ahead and pop up a couple of extra helping fine points up in the top quarter, so make sure to be watching out for those. Exploration is going to be cut into two separate avenues that you can spend your KP or Kingdom points, as we discovered in the last video. Again, KP, if you see it up in the top screen, is going to be Kingdom points. TKP is going to stand for Total Kingdom points. So as we get rolling here, exploration is going to be cut into two separate style avenues that you can go into. The first of which is going to be an adjustable KP. That just pretty much means you can put in whatever amount you want into it on a given turn, doesn't really matter. This is going to be done similar to the 7th edition of Call of Cthulhu Skills, if you're familiar with that. I'll give you a quick roundabout explanation of how it goes. You roll a D100 and you have to roll lower than the number given, the DC. So instead, in D&D, you're supposed to roll higher than the DC. In this one, you have to roll lower. Now, the reason that's important is because you are going to be deciding how much KP you're going to put into a D100 to make the roll easier for you. So, if you put in 20 KP, your chances now are 20 out of 100 to succeed, right? Because you have to roll lower than a 20. Now, this is helpful because in exploration, that's how you're going to find something. The more KP you put in, the more scouts you're sending out into the world in this game. And let's say on one turn you put in 20 KP, and then you make your exploration roll and you roll a 45. That's above the 20. That's not going to succeed. Next turn, you're going to put another 20 in, and you're going to roll again, and you get a 60. Above, once again, another failure. You decide, all right, I really want to find something on this third turn, so I'm going to put in a 30 KP. Upping your total KP of the last 3 rounds to 70. You roll, and you roll a 20. Well, that would have succeeded on the first roll, but now you're 3 turns later and 50 KP deep, and you succeed now. Okay, so you're going to find one thing out in the world of exploration that will be randomized from the DM, and you'll be awarded that find of exploration, whatever it is. And also, that 70 KP you have invested will now be wiped away back to 0, and you pretty much have to restart at 0 KP, adding more in to find your next exploration thing. And that's going to be the main gist of the exploration D100 roll. And through these exploration rolls, you're going to be able to find relics that are going to give you boosts in different policies. So maybe you're going to find a magical orb that is going to level up your highest wizard 1 extra level, which is going to push you further in your magic victory condition. Or maybe you are going to find a super rare weapon that is going to help your military, give you a +1 to the SAM modifier. Check out our war video if you're curious about that. But this exploration, though it's not a victory condition, could absolutely boost you in almost every other avenue and have some fun roleplay as well. You're also going to have a total KP column. So even though that D100 roll got reset, that 70 you added is going to be added to next time you do one. And you're going to rack up these KPs of this giant mountain of kingdom points you've been putting into this, which will get you certain things. One of those things is going to be the map. I have a really cool idea for implementing maps in this world. Obviously, we're going to have a giant world with so many kingdoms, and in like real life, I'm not just going to give you a map right off the bat as the DM. The first person to hit this kind of threshold, however many KP it could be 1,000 put into exploration, whatever it is. It'll happen relatively early in the campaign, in the game. I'm going to sit down with that person, the first person to hit that check mark. And I'm going to say, okay, here is what your scouts have told you the world is going to look like. 2 days east is a giant mountain range with gold mines, and 4 days west is going to be a giant ocean that we can't see past, and, stuff like that. And then I'm going to let them craft the world on a world making app online, and they can map out what they think it should look like. And because that's how it would really be done, right? Your scouts would tell you what this world kind of looks like. And then once you have created the world map, your world map, you're going to get a boost in happiness, and you're going to be able to offer this world map to other kingdoms. And if they adopt it, they'll get a boost of happiness for their people. And even you, as the originator of the map, will get extra boosts for every kingdom that adopts this map. However, with Kingdom's Reign comes the mind game, right? Let's say you find that mountain range with the gold. You have the entire right to go, you know what, DM? I am going to not put this gold mine on the map. I'm going to take that off the map. I'm going to keep that to myself. And maybe a kingdom later will find the map and be like, oh, John hid that from us when he did that. That's a little schemy move over there. But that's the part of this game that's going to be quite exciting. Next is going to be just the simple, fun idea that you're going to be able to name things if you're the first one to them. If you put a certain amount of exploration into something and you find a giant ocean, no one's been to that ocean before, name the ocean, whatever you want it. John's deep water, I guess. That sounds weird, but whatever it is, right? You get to name... John's Deep Water is very weird, but you know what I'm talking about. You could call it the Deep Sea, or you could call it the Dreamer's Ocean, whatever you want. And now that's how that ocean is going to be called for the rest of this campaign, just because you stumbled upon it. That is all we have so far in exploration. There's much more to do in the workshops we're going to be putting out soon, so go ahead and keep an eye out for those. And until the next time, roll on, gamers.